Hello guys, Sereniel here. Every time we get a new combatant in Chaos Zero Nightmare, we also get a new partner. And while combatant gives us new teams to build, new playstyles, new cool things to do, at the end of the day a combatant is just a stat increase, better buffs, better things compared to 4 and 3 star combatants, in theory. So, for combatants, I do not always go blindly into the night pulling for all of them. I try to think about it a little bit, and I consider a few factors. For example, how good is that partner for a specific combatant compared to alternatives? And another thing is how useful is that partner overall for my account in general, meaning for multiple other combatants. And also something that I consider the emotional value, because there can be times where I really like a combatant, and irrespective of spreadsheets or alternatives, I want to have their signature partner. And, this last factor is very easy to decide. And I really liked Sereniel, I like her playstyle, I like her voice actress, I like everything about Sereniel. So, for me, it was absolutely guaranteed that I would be getting Peko. And it's not always like that, though. For example, for the partner from the Battle Pass, I instantly pick Nyx, because she fits extremely well every controller in the game. And pretty much all our teams have at least one controller, sometimes more than one. And to the point that I'm actually debating whether right now, on the second Battle Pass, I should get another Nyx, or just, improve the collection and get something different. But today's topic is Peko. As far as Sereniel goes, Peko is absolutely phenomenal for her, and she's much better, significantly, compared to every other option, mainly due to a secret illegal tech that no one knows about and Smilegate doesn't want you to know about. Actually, probably everyone knows about it and Smilegate wants you to know about it, but I will start by mentioning it early. The buff provided by Peko, Overclock Beacon, is permanent. What I mean by permanent is that every time that you want to have the 25% critical chance, you need to ravage an enemy to trigger it. But the overclock beacon itself on Sereniel is permanent, meaning that if you use Peko's Ego skill on turn 1, you can trigger overclock, 25% critical chance increase on turn 1. On turn 2, you still have Overclock Beacon. If you trigger a Ravage on an enemy, you're going to get 25% critical chance, and so on for the whole fight. This is what makes it absolutely insane for Sereniel, because if you have her, or if you have at least seen some showcases for Sereniel, she breaks the enemies all the time, even when she doesn't want to. There are times when you think, I don't want to break an enemy right now. I want to wait a little bit so that I can build more lasers in the graveyard. But sometimes you have no other option, you just break the enemy. So for Sereniel, it's absolutely absurd, not just for the value that she brings on a specific turn, but also for longer fights. Because even if this was empty, and it was 25% crit rate for the rest of the fight, she would be crazy good. But there is more stuff to it. And some of the stuff is a little bit unique to Sereniel. And here we go to the account value overall. Now, Sereniel is a hunter. Alternatives for hunter characters are, Sereniel's Peko, Yuri, and the one for Renoa, the signature 5 star, I believe her name is Chiara, who I do not have. Is it Chiara? Because I don't want to be a dispenser of fake news. Yes, it's Chiara. I double checked on a file that I have on my computer. The problem with Peko for Renoa is that while this part applies to Renoa, because Renoa can bring back stuff from the graveyard to her hand, she can bring back the bullets using her ego skill, she has a few issues trying to trigger break of the enemy consistently. Because it's not like you're going to spam a million attacks each turn with Renoa. You have a few attacks, but more than anything else, you want to have a gorillion bullets in your hand, and then you pass the turn, and they trigger a million damage to the enemy. And so if you remove all the overclock beacon stuff to Peko, becomes a little bit questionable. You could stick to Chiara if you already have it, or simply to Yuri, who is a very, very good partner with an excellent ego skill. So overall account value for Peko, for me, is a little bit questionable unless you have Sereniel. If you have Sereniel, I would definitely suggest you to get Peko. She's phenomenal for her, and it's always going to make you happy to see her dump her ego skill during a fight. You can get Peko for free, doing air quotes around the word free. You need to have 300 currency, and then you can get Peko instead of pulling. Now, 300 currency is quite a lot. It's not an insignificant amount, especially if you're free to play, because especially now that the game just started and not all of our characters are Manifest Ego 6, we generate a small amount of this every time that we get a 4 or 5 star combatant. Every time that we pull. So it's going to take you quite a while to get to 300, and we only have 2 weeks left. So, it depends on you. It really depends on you. Personally, I pulled for her. I had enough to get her, and I was lucky to get her in like 20 pulls. So I was like, yeah, I saved the currency, and then I used it to get an extra copy of Sereniel, who you no longer see here, because I managed to purchase both. Overall, in terms of power level, Peko gets a huge thumbs up from me if you have Sereniel. If you do not have Sereniel, no, absolute skip. Don't even think about Peko. If you do have Sereniel and you're a bit on the fence about Peko, the best thing to do is wait a little bit and see how your Sereniel performs with just a Yuri, or if you have it, Chiara. My guess is, considering how strong Sereniel already is, if you simply give her a level 5 Yuri, she's going to be absolutely fine, and you will be thinking, you know what, I will save for the next combatant, which is absolutely fine. And people can use their crystals any way they see fit, especially because so far we have had all very interesting characters, all of them being damage dealers. Eventually we're going to get a support. I was expecting Sereniel to be a support, and we really want to have the first limited support, because I'm expecting it to be beyond busted, so to speak. Bye guys, take care.